What's the nature of your emergency?
Good morning, police, fire, military, and families, and to everybody listening in on the Tactical Living podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Walton, and I am super excited this morning because I have my guest, Justin Hesse, who I've been very excited to interview for a long time. I know that the show is booked out quite a while, so I appreciate your patience. And we do have a giveaway this morning. Justin, what is it?
Well, Ashley, we are giving away one lovely Invisible Fitness foam roller set. It comes with a 12-inch foam roller, 16-inch muscle roller stick, 2 massage ball types, and three resistant bands stretching strap. Delivers deep tissue massage for comfort and relief.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to hire you to do that like every single time I do a giveaway. So whoever comments the most within the next 24 hours, I'm going to send that to you. I know that was very good, right? So Justin, tell us who you are and a little bit about what you do.
Sure. So my name is Justin Hesse. I'm the owner of Blueline Fitness that opened up almost a year ago now. So started out with law enforcement in Sioux Falls, South Dakota back in 2014. And then I went to a small department about size of 3,000 people for a year. Then I went to Red Wing, Minnesota, where just people know Red Wing Boots. That's just kind of the motherland of Red Wing Boots. Worked there for 5 years. And then now I'm with Goodhue County's Water Patrol 4 Seasons Division as a part-timer, so I could focus running Blueline Fitness full-time, delivering fitness and nutrition programs for officers so that they can, stay physically fit and mentally fit as well.
I love that. Yeah, Michael, but wait, there's more. I love that. So I know that when it comes to the journey of health and fitness, and when we talk to everybody who's listening, this certainly is not something that it'll only apply if you're an officer. So this is something that is going to be universal, but Justin's going to share different tactics and things that make it more applicable to officers based on that line of work. So I'm assuming that it wasn't always something that's of peak interest for all of your life. So can you take us back to a little bit of your fitness journey?
Sure. So for me, when I grew up in a small town, again, I graduated with a class of about 80 people. So pretty small. And in a small town, a lot of athletics, that's what you do for your extracurriculars off time. While I'd say while I was in athletics, I wouldn't really say I was an athlete or I didn't act like a total jock. My mother was a principal. And so then for me, I had to be studious, not go out and party all the time. So for whatever reason, I was the sacrificial lamb where I was the subject to bullying. So I put on 20 pounds of unhealthy weight, bulking up for football. And when I mean unhealthy weight, every night I would eat 2 peanut butter sandwiches, a big glass of milk, and a big bowl of ice cream. So yeah, I put on 20 pounds, but it wasn't the healthiest. Maybe there's some emotional eating. But yeah, mentally, I was a wreck. My confidence, I thought I was no better than the dog shit if you stepped in on the bottom of your shoe, and I felt lonely. And then once I got into college, I just hit the gym. My roommate, Brent, I got him a Superman shirt, two months into living with him because he had I'm sure we all know those people, those boulder shoulders guys. He looked like the part like Superman. But he took me to the gym every day. We're just going to you lift weights. I'm yeah, I lift weights. Well, we lifted weights 5 days a week, no matter how much pain or muscle soreness I was dealing with. I knew that the pain wouldn't compare to what I grew up in high school. So I just took all my stress and aggression out on running and lifting to a point where then when I joined the military in basic training, Again, I was the fitness guy. I'm doing crunches, I'm doing flutter kicks, I'm doing push-ups in the bay while everyone's just BSing. And like the last couple of weeks in basic training, there's a small community college down there, and they had a personal training program, and they kind of asked like, well, for people who would get out of the military, like who would be a good personal trainer, and they all kind of pointed to me. So I just basically took a passion that I did from I guess what was painful for me, and then I just kind of turned it into a passion, because now I just gained my confidence. I was able to talk to women without them thinking less of me, and that kind of stuff. So it definitely gave me an identity shift.
That's amazing. So what was the transition then from that into law enforcement?
So for the law enforcement transition, people are going to laugh, but like, I don't know. So my mom was a teacher, and I thought I was going to be a teacher for most of my life. And then I was sitting in my classroom when I was 17, and I kind of looked around like I loved history. No one gave a shit about history. And I would just watch my favorite show, NCIS. And I just didn't know what I was going to do. And then I just kept watching the show. I'm like, huh. So I kind of explored into it. And I guess what I always told people is that I think maybe with my childhood, like sometimes I didn't suffer any like criminal or I wasn't abused or anything like that. But like I wanted like a superhero or Superman to come, I guess, save me. And I guess I associated that with the policing, that when people are in the most trouble, I want to be the person to help people to do that. So I went to Alexandria Technical Community College, which is pretty prominent in the Midwest area. And then that was, I guess, my transition there.
So did you maintain, and I always smile, good morning. Did you maintain your physical fitness from, being in the military and then transitioning into law enforcement?
Yeah. So I think for the most part, yes. There was like a 2-month gap when I got back from basic training. I haven't seen people in 5-6 months. Over that winter, there was probably like a 2-3 month span where when I was used to working out 5-6 days a week, I probably worked out 5-6 days in that 2-3 months. And I got so out of shape. And then I'm like, whoa, like this is like bad. And I think another period was, so again, I'm not only a police officer in Minnesota, but in the National Guard. So then unfortunately, when the riots started happening with George Floyd and a lot of the stuff that followed, that was a lot of added stress too. So I think it was during that time, the fall of 2020, I wasn't as committed to my fitness, or I'd say I was kind of going through the motions per se during that time.
This is one of those Ashley pulls a super selfish question card. So I love what you're doing as an officer and then transitioning into fitness, and we're going to dive more into that. But I'm wondering, did everything that happened during the whole Floyd Palooza bullshit have anything to do with you pushing forward more towards the fitness aspect of a profession?
Definitely more for law enforcement. So I served a deployment in 2017. And right before that, I went to this like fitness conference. If everyone's ever heard of Fit Ranks, they had this conference out in Las Vegas in 2016. And I heard business like brick and mortar gym owners talk about their, stories. And I felt so overwhelmed with passion. I was seriously like in almost tears. And I'm like, policing just doesn't give me this. So then I went on my deployment, and then I thought I was going to open this brick and mortar gym when I got back. One thing with deployment, you don't spend a lot of money. So I saved up all this money. There's a big Black Friday sale in November. So I bought almost 10 grand, which was probably about 15 grand of gym equipment. because I thought I was going to open this brick and mortar gym. So I started working at one locally in Red Wing. But then when the George Floyd thing happened, so the thing with like fitness, that everyone who becomes a coach, a personal trainer, you come in with a general certification, but somewhere you want to try to niche down. You want to help a population that you are passionate about versus you don't want to serve everybody. You want to serve a specific someone. And when the George Floyd stuff and like everything that transpired afterwards, policing, like it was already, the physical and mental stress was already high. Now it was getting worse, especially in, Minnesota. So I'm like, man, like basically I'm like, everyone's turning their backs on these officers. Who's going to have their back? Who's going to have their six? So I'm like, damn it. Like, this is what I got to do. Like, it may be hard, but it's worth helping because from me doing the job, I know it's worth it. And so that's where I guess I transitioned to like niche down, like I got to do Blueline Fitness.
So tell me what Blueline Fitness is.
So right now it's an online platform, but I guess how I view it is as a lifestyle program for police officers. So right now, most people, when they think of personal trainers, because I'm still technically one in person. When you hire a personal trainer, you only focus on the training, right? I check out your form and make sure that you're not screwing up your deadlift before you lift up. Make sure you're doing everything correctly. But when that gym session's over, you just wait to the next gym session and all you talk about is exercise. And I bet if all the people who are listening, most people aren't getting the results that they want in their life because of the lack of exercise. Sometimes maybe it's too much, maybe it's too little, but most of the time it's the choices around it. Most cops, because again, you can go on Google and YouTube and look up information. You can look up workouts. You can look up nutrition stuff. But especially for cops, they don't necessarily need a whole lot of help on what to do, although I'll have my biases of how to train and how to eat. But how to do it when you feel like you're overwhelmed, you're working overtime a lot. Hey, you still got 2 kids under the age of 6. Now it's getting spring. Like you got to do all these household chores. So with Blueline Fitness, I provide not only the online structure, but the coaching so that no matter like what your goals are, whether it is, most people it's losing weight or getting better job performance, but providing that structure and coaching and accountability so that you can stay on track. Because again, most people don't need help on what to do. It's how to implement it in their overworked, overstressed lives.
Yeah, for sure. The niche is so important and hard to find. Yeah, I'm not sure who just said that, but the number one suggestion that I have for that is to dig inside and to really ask yourself, what is the number one question that most people come to you to ask? What is the guidance that you typically provide to other people? And usually that's going to be your most passion-driven niche. Needs to be an entire lifestyle. Nutrition. We eat the most unhealthiest food. Yeah, it's true. So what's the number one problem, would you say, or thing that you help officers to remedy when they come to you?
Most people, it is weight loss or fat loss. But so I kind of did a poll. So there's kind of a reasoning behind it, right? So like if you want, like the problem is fat loss, weight loss, but the why. And then so like part of my poll is it for aesthetics or looks or for job performance? And more people that I've talked to, it's more for job performance because I don't know, we're cops. We don't give a shit what people think about us and what we look like. Or, maybe it's just that some cops, they're not vulnerable enough to say. Now, there's some cops who do, but I think there's very few cops who will openly say like, hey, I care about what other people think. But so I'd say more, it's weight loss, fat loss. It's more for job performance, but I think for some others too, like, hey, it's summer. They don't want the clothes that they want to wear are the clothes that are different than what they have to wear. So I feel like, that's, part of it as well.
So just so that people have a better understanding of exactly what it is that you provide, I'm going to summarize what I think it to be, and then correct me if I'm wrong. But essentially, you would have this menu to provide to people who are looking to get on track when it comes to diet, fitness, health, performance, and you're able to not only have them pick and choose the things that are applicable to their own lives and then customize it in that way, but then also hold them accountable and make sure that they actually do the shit that they say they're going to do.
Yeah, that's a good sum up of the nutrition part. So I guess if I were to really break it down, in three elements. One is the exercise realm. So all this is through my Blueline Fitness app. So that for an exercise program, depending upon what what package they sign up, most people say it's a general fitness program where they just want to lose weight or gain strength. But there's some who have a very specific goal. Like I have this powerlifting meet coming up. I have this bodybuilding physique competition. Then I can provide them very specific workout programs. Nutrition wise, sometimes I provide courses. So you get like a daily lesson. Sometimes it's a 1 to 3 minute read or a video. I also do that for my techniques for, say, deadlift, squatting stuff. But as you said, like with that menu per se, like I don't do meal plans because not many people like, hey, like I have to eat 4 ounces of chicken today, a half cup of rice. Like, what if I don't feel like eating chicken? So like I give people the tools of like, what are good proteins, what are good carbs, so they can almost make their own template meals, but giving them guidance on what proper portion sizing is. Trying to make it as easy as possible so that you're not wasting time on MyFitnessPal, putting in all your calories and macros and that kind of stuff. So then the accountability part is that depending upon the package they sign up for, we'll do like a one-on-one Zoom call weekly or bi-weekly, or I'll have a group coaching session to where like, hey, I got like 10 cops to show up at this time. We got a certain topic or a Q&A. I think a lot of cops are starting to like that more and more because they feel like they're not alone in this journey. So they see, hey, there are other people that are having the same problems as me. And then I just check in with them like over text and like on their charts, so that way they just stay on track. So.
Yeah, I'm going to reframe the question that was just asked, and I'm going to ask, what is the relationship or transition that you've seen either in yourself or people that you've worked with as it pertains to their job performance, the work that you do with them, and the changes in their lives and their mental perception?
Well, a lot. So again, each person is like different, but I guess I share like some stories. So like one of my clients, Katie, she with her like blood work, before she started with me, she was going on the path of like being like pre-diabetic, probably getting close to being diabetic. And then like 3 months in, she got her blood work redone, and then all of her numbers like dropped to where then now she's out of the pre-diabetic stage, and then the healthy stage. I had another guy, who said like when he wore his vest when he got for the first time, it felt comfortable. We all know you fit your vest to size. And over the years, like it felt like it was puffing out. Now it feels back to normal. Or one of my guys, he's like, my wife is almost like staring at me more because like my pants like literally like fall, like the same pants fall off of me. The brick and mortar gym I worked at, Ethos, that used to feel snug, now it feels back to normal size. And how some people come in viewing, hey, the only marker is like weight loss, weight loss, weight loss. That's the only way to track progress. And more cops are realizing the holistic approach. Like I just feel better. I feel confident in my own skin. Like I can handle myself. Another guy told me like he was a supervisor. He's a sergeant, Tony. And he felt like now that shit hits the fan, he could really help out his guys in a fight versus before maybe he felt a little insecure, which is why he joined the program. So those are, I guess, some of the stories from the clients, or the Fit Cop students that I help.
I love that. Good morning, Melody. When it comes to your app, Justin, can anybody just download the app or do you need to be in the program? Is it like a monthly subscription? How does that work?
Good question. So yeah, you have to go through a program with me. Sometimes throughout the year, I'll do like a free program, like a 5-day free program. And then people who sign up, they get on my app. But yes, you have to be a member of some sorts, whether it is that free 5-day program or a different flagship program for me to get the app. Yes.
And then I know we have to wrap this up, but Justin sent me this incredible recipe book. I made one of your recipes, sent it to you, and you're like, what is that? And like, I don't know why I never thought of pureeing cauliflower before, but that is like the most ingenious thing ever. It was so good. And you have so many freebies and lead magnets and things that you just want to give away and you lead with value, which is something that I truly appreciate in you. So if you're interested in joining one of Justin's challenges, downloading some of his free shit, even if you just want to Facebook stalk him like I did and just constantly say, I want that every time that he offers it out, then I would suggest that you go and you follow him. How does somebody do that?
Yeah, so if you, well, one, you can search my name. It's Justin Hesse. Add me on Facebook. But if you are a police officer, I do have a free Facebook group that I give out even more exclusive content to cops. So if you look on my profile, I have like a little link. Otherwise, you can search for Blueline Fitness. There should be a group of helping cops get fit, relieve job stress, and join one of those groups. I will be giving out freebies because this is police week. So I will be giving out freebies and special deals to my programs for this week.
We have a lot of people listening who are military, fire, and family. So if they request access, are you going to kick them out?
No. I mean, honestly, like, I have like, and so like I market to police, right? Because I want to niche down. But I mean, clients, I've helped guys who are firefighters. I've helped dispatchers. I helped guys who, like one of my clients, he owns his own canine service, providing canines for military and fire. I help a guy with Homeland Security. So like, if you are fire, if you are military, I mean, I'm in the National Guard right now, 9 years going in the Army. So if you're in police and fire or military, you can join as well.
Perfect. Justin, thank you for your service. Thank you for the work that you do. Everybody go ahead. I don't know who just tagged Justin, but go ahead and click on his link. I'm sure you can access his Facebook group from there. And thank you so much for sharing all your valuable information with us this morning.
You're welcome.